Now, your News 8 forecast first.
Perfection personified out there today. Good afternoon. I'm Scott Hetzko. Look at the daytime satellite image. Perfect weather all over with a big blue H on the map. High pressure has us surrounded, and it's a great thing. Check out this forecast tonight. A sunny end tonight. 68, mid-50s by midnight for you. And then tomorrow morning, kind of a dewy lawn tomorrow. And actually get used to that because that's how it's going to be everywhere for the next 7 days or so. We got a magnificent, nearly unprecedented forecast for you next. News 8 at 5 starts right now.
From WROC in Rochester, this is News 8 at 5 in high definition. This is breaking news from News 8.
Good evening, everyone. That breaking news out of Palmyra right now. We're told there are 2 buildings on fire.
First, let's show you exactly where this is happening. Right on Main Street in Palmyra. Main Street, which is Route 31, is closed between 21 South and 21 North. There are several businesses involved in this fire, and fire crews have blocked the road. Now let's go to a picture from the scene. You can see, we're told preliminarily, this started in an apartment above the Mark's Pizzeria restaurant. This is a 3-story building, an old building, and now we want to show you some video that we received from Mark Burris, a friend of News 8. And this is the scene in Palmyra right now. Other witnesses tell us they have seen people being loaded into ambulances earlier this afternoon, but this pretty much started just a couple of hours ago. So if you're planning on going through Palmyra, it's closed right now. You're going to have to find a way around it. That's the scene in Palmyra. We've got a crew on the way. We'll have more later in the newscast. And now we want to talk about the economy. And it's the news today we were all hoping to hear.
Yeah, better than expected jobs report sparked a major rally on Wall Street, and it's encouraging news for people who have been out of work. In April, the economy added 165,000 new jobs. Hotels and restaurants saw a big jump, and a number of long-term unemployed people found work again. This pushes the unemployment rate down to 7.5%, the lowest since 2008. Analysts also recrunched the jobs numbers from both February and March and found those numbers were better than initially reported. The report also sent Wall Street into a rally, the Dow crossing 15,000 for the first time ever.
So why does the Dow go up when we see good numbers about employment? A short time ago, I talked with CBS Money Watch analyst Alexis Christoforous.
Well, because the job market is a huge indicator for the rest of the economy. When people are out working and making money, they're going to spend that money. They feel more confident about their finances. So it's sort of a ripple effect for the entire economy. So when the job market is doing well, usually Wall Street and the economy is doing well.
Is Wall Street a good indicator of what's going on with the economy?
It usually is, but you know what? It's a forward-looking indicator. It usually reacts before the rest of the economy. So certainly it is a benchmark. You can sort of look at what's going on Wall Street and get a feel for what's going on Main Street. But sometimes it's a little bit ahead of the curve. But right now, at least for today, it was euphoric about this jobs report.
So is this a strong market? Are these numbers going to be sustained, or are traders still worried about the economy?
There's still a lot of worry. You know, this report is very good, but we have a long way to go before we hit pre-recession levels. Before the recession, unemployment was below 5%. We're now at 7.5%. So it's a slow progress. We're moving in the right direction, but certainly it's what Wall Street wants to see. We're not going to see these great job numbers every month. Wall Street knows that, but at least there's a sign that things are moving in the right direction, and that's what Wall Street's trading on.
You know, on the other hand, somebody hacks into the Associated Press Twitter account, throws out some bogus news, and Wall Street reacts drastically up and down. How does that happen, and will something like that happen again?
I think in the age we live in, we have to expect it's going to happen again. We live in an age of social media. News seems to move at lightning speed. And so there is going to be misinformation out there. And that's why we need to be more diligent than ever, not to just trade sort of on a knee-jerk reaction, that we sometimes need to take a moment, absorb it, make sure that what we're trading on is the real news and not just a false rumor, as we saw just a few days ago.
Alexis Christoforous, thank you very much.
Well, today's jobs report reflects Rochester's job market. Local businesses are applauding the news and are hoping that it's a sign of more good things to come. Caroline Tucker continues our team coverage.
For many businesses, adding jobs comes down to sales. And here at Fiber Tech Networks, they too have seen the growth.
FiberTech Networks has 8,000 miles of fiber lines across 10 states. Inside a Brighton office building, employees man the control center. CEO John Purcell is excited about the recent jobs report.
It is encouraging because it says that our customers across all 29 markets are bouncing back just as well. And we see that in our sales numbers, and we see that in our own employee growth.
FiberTech has a Rochester area staff of 130. That's up 10 employees from last year. Overall, 25 jobs were added company-wide.
Our sales numbers for the first quarter up 20% over a year ago.
Just this week, the company was named one of the best places to work in New York State based on employee surveys.
To us, it's a vindication of the whole 13 years that we said in the beginning we wanted employees who are the best at their job and keep them happy, motivated, so they could be successful.
Purcell says he hopes for continued and sustained job growth in the market.
FiberTech Networks plans even future growth. It's already expanding in 5 Ohio markets and has plans to bid on future markets. In Brighton, Caroline Tucker, News 8.
This is day 4 of filming of the amazing Spider-Man 2 movie in downtown Rochester. And once again, parts of Main Street were shut down today between Plymouth Avenue and South Avenue. And with our great weather, there have been a lot of people going downtown trying to get an opportunity to see the movie being made in action. Although for the most part, a vantage point's been difficult to find. Security is tight around the set. People continue to be told not to take pictures or just to keep moving. Still, people are determined to get a peek at that movie production.
I just want to see the crash. I just want to see something in action, that's all. They just keep telling us to move along, you can't stand still. I'm hoping to see maybe like Spider-Man flying, you know, his double stunt, you know, just flying across, but that's hopeful.
Still no word on whether any of the movie's stars will be showing up in Rochester. Production will not go on tomorrow because of the 5K color run. It kicks off at Frontier Field at 9 a.m. They will resume shooting downtown on Sunday morning. RPD has played a role in the filming. Officers working closely with the production team to make sure everybody is safe, but they have had to take action a couple of times.
There have been 3 arrests in the few days that we have been doing this, and those arrests come from people failing to obey a police officer's order to stay out of a location that has been deemed unsafe due to the nature of the work that they're doing on Main Street.
And check out the News 8 Facebook page for a special section devoted to Spider-Man filming. You'll find a lot of pictures and videos of the car chases. And to find out about road closures, just go to our website, rochesterhomepage.net.
Happening right now, family and friends are gathering to remember a Rochester man who disappeared 8 years ago today. A vigil is going on for 20-year-old Jonathan Bradley. Bradley checked himself out of Strong Hospital on May 3rd, 2005, and has not been seen since. After an accident as a child, he'd been in and out of the hospital for years.
All new at 5 o'clock, the University of Rochester Medical Center is putting more than 500 patients on alert after a flash drive with patient information went missing. The hospital says a resident physician misplaced the drive earlier this week at an orthopedic outpatient facility. All the information was copied so patients won't lose any information. It's believed that drive may have been destroyed in the laundry. Still, it hasn't been found. Affected patients have been given a phone number to call to get more information.
Well, if you were driving through Rochester along 490 around lunchtime, you probably saw this. It could be seen for miles around. A lot of smoke pouring up from a home near Frontier Field. We could see it from our sky eye, and that's the picture we're showing you now, and that's where a vacant house went up in flames. More information, our ground crews got a better look. The fire started just after 11 on Whitney Street. The damage has deemed the home uninhabitable, and at this point, there are no reports of any injuries. Crews are investigating just how that fire started.
All around a pretty nice day in the Rochester area. I think we can thank Scott Hetzko, okay? We caught up with people at Cobbs Hill Park, just enjoying the sunshine and warm temperatures. It has been nice for quite a while, and Scott says it's going to continue into next week. He'll have an update on our full forecast in about 10 minutes.
Coming up on News 8, we're just a week away from the Rochester Lilac Festival, and we're hearing the lilacs could be some of the best in years. And next, an entire school comes together to raise cancer awareness after the death of a 9-year-old girl.
You're watching the team you can trust. Kevin Doran, Maureen McGuire, and Rochester's most accurate forecast with Chief Meteorologist Scott Hetzko. This is News 8 at 5 in high definition.